This is the piece we're going to learn today. The sheet music is on my Patreon page and you can download it right away. The link is in the description box below. La Cumparsita, señoras y señores. And we're going to start with the open D string. We have two flats in a key, which means if you play in a first position that the first finger on the D string goes all the way down to the nut, we have a lot of accidentals, of course. We have an F sharp, suddenly second finger is high on the D string. Then we have a C sharp, the third finger on the G string is high. And we have an F sharp on the E string, which means that the first finger on the E string, which is low, when we have two flats, because we don't have any sharps when we have two flats in a key. When we have an accidental, the first finger on the E string goes up and we play an F sharp. You can play the whole piece in a first position if you're a total beginner, or you can also switch between first and third positions. You can also go into the third position. So you could start in a first position and carry on playing the first position. Or you could start in a third position and carry on in a third position. And play a nice harmonic here. So if you decide to start in a third position, then we start with a second finger on the G string. How to find the third position is really easy. In the first position, you play the open string and the third finger, and then play the open string and shift and play the same note with now the first finger. That's the third position. That's how you find the third position. Now that you're in a third position, you can put down the second finger, which is exactly one tone higher than the first finger. Yeah, it's a D. This is C and this is D. And this is how you find the third position. It's really easy. Open string, third finger in the first position, open string, first finger in the third position. That's how you shift. Now that you found the third position, you put the second finger down and start playing. I know it's easier said than done because you don't know the third position yet. You have to find the notes. It would be second finger on a G string, fourth finger on a D string, second finger on the D string, and fourth finger on the G string. If you need the fingering for the third position, let me know. Send me a request on my Patreon page or join my Patreon page, and there you can send me a request and I can send you the sheet music with complete fingering for the third position if you join my Patreon page and send me a request there. So I can do that for you. And now I'm going to show you how to play the whole thing in the first position. Why not? So remember to stretch the third finger on the G string. It's a high third finger. And play low first finger on the D string. And also low first finger on the A string because we have B flat in a key. It's not easy to play in tune if you're not used to stretching your fingers. So here we stretch down our first finger on the D string and stretch our third finger as high as possible on the G string. So the fingers are far apart from each other. Keep stretching your hand every day in order to be able to do that. Stretching exercises, finger yoga for violinists, that really works. Every day a little bit, and then you'll have really flexible fingers. Here our fingers are together because we have F sharp, it's an accidental. Then we have a low second finger on the G string and low second finger on the E string. So low on the G string because we have a B flat in a key. And then it's the first finger on the G string, which is not low because it's A. It's not an A flat. We only have 2 flats in a key and not 3 flats. That's why the first finger on the G string is not low. And then you can play, which I always do, or you can leave it out and simply play a double stop. Low first finger on the A string and low second finger on the E string. Or you can play the whole chord, including the 2 open strings. If you decide to play the chord, then break it real fast, which means go down to A and E string as fast as possible. Don't play it like this. Otherwise it'll be like playing 2 double stops, but we have a chord. Keep trying that until you manage. Now we'll move on to part 2. We stress the first note. The 4th finger on the E string is also low because of B flat. Here you can be really playful and stress almost each note, each second note. And do the same thing here. Low fourth finger on the A string as well because of the E flat, which means that the third and fourth fingers are together on the A string. Play as playfully as you can. It's really beautiful. And you can achieve that playfulness by stressing each note. Or each second note. Or each fourth note. As many stresses as possible. We move on to part number 3. One. Here you can play this whole passage with double stops, which is a lot of fun. So if you can play in a third position already, then you can play double stops as well. And again, my D string is out of tune. It's a completely new string, so I have to keep tuning it every day. You know what to do when you have a new string. You have to tune it slightly higher than you need it, but only a little bit. Okay, don't exaggerate, otherwise you'll destroy your new string. We don't want that. So tune it higher, and then when you open your violin next day, it'll be just perfect. But that won't happen in the first couple of days. In the first couple of days, you have to keep tuning it every 10 minutes. I'll leave it up high. So enjoy La Cumparsita. Keep practicing it with a metronome and keep counting in your head. We have 2 quarters, which you count like this. 1 and 2 and 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 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. One and 2 and 1. Remember to give me a like as usual. Subscribe. Watch the videos here, and also order my new book on Amazon.com if you want to learn violin the easy way with the simple system of the color-coded strings. I'll see you again soon. As usual, remember to click here, here, and here. 1, 2, 3. Go!